Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Love's Labour's Lost, and today we are in Act 1, Scene 2. We're actually at the very end of it, and we get to hear from Don Armado, which is super fun. And if you remember in Act 1, Scene 1, he was described as a Spanish gentleman who dresses in all the fancy clothes and has all of the good, crazy stories, and he's going to be some of their entertainment, while King Ferdinand and Baron and Dumaine and Longueville are studying for the next 3 years. You'll also remember that Don Armado had written a letter to King Ferdinand ratting out Costard because he found Costard canoodling with Jacanetta and wanted Costard to be arrested. Costard's actual sentence was that he live a week on bread and water, and that's it. So now here we are in Act 1, Scene 2, and Don Armado is talking to his servant, Moth, and they're discussing all kinds of things. They're talking melancholy, they're talking the nature of being, all sorts of stuff, and then we find out that Don Armado is actually in love, and that he finds it rather distasteful. So he's like, who else has ever been in love? And Moth is like, well, Hercules, and stuff like that. He starts naming some other guys. Why did that suddenly get so dark? I have no idea. Anyway, sorry. I'm glamping right now. That's a thing. So, we discover that he's in love, and then we find out on top of that he's actually in love with Jacanetta, the woman who he found with Costard. Now, whether or not she's in love with him, we, the audience, don't know yet. But fortunately, she and Dull and Costard get sort of paraded through the scene, and Don Armado tries to woo her. He is very unsuccessful at it, so we're guessing she does not return his affections. And, then they all leave except for Armado and Costard, and Armado is now super extra angry with Costard for canoodling with Jacanetta because he's jealous. And Costard is like, yep, bye, and leaves the scene because he doesn't want to have to deal with all that stuff. He's got other things to do. And at the very end of the scene, Armado has a moment by himself where he gets to say, I do affect the very ground, which is base, where her shoe, which is baser, guided by her foot, which is basest, doth tread. I shall be forsworn, which is a great argument of falsehood if I love. And how can that be true love, which is falsely attempted? Love is a familiar. Love is a devil. There is no evil angel but love. Yet Samson was so tempted, and he had an excellent strength. Yet was Solomon so seduced, and he had a very good wit. Cupid's butt shaft is too hard for Hercules' club, and therefore too much odds for a Spaniard's rapier. The first and second cause will not serve my turn. The passado he respects not. The duello he regards not. His disgrace is to be called boy, but his glory is to subdue men. Adieu, valor, rust rapier, be still drum, for your manager is in love. Yea, he loveth. Assist me, some extemporal god of rhyme, for I am sure I will turn sonnet. Devise wit, write pen, for I am for whole volumes in folio. So what he's saying is that he is in love with Jacanetta, and he's kind of disgusted by it because he's disgusted by love in general, but then also because she's a milkmaid, like she's a woman of no status and all that sort of thing. And he tries to like bargain with himself and say that other great men have been in love, other intelligent men, other strong men have been in love, so maybe it's not the worst possible thing if he's in love. And then he sort of calls on the gods to make him a good writer, because he's pretty sure that he's going to have to sit down and write a sonnet to Jacanetta now. And that's how Act 1, Scene 2 ends. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow for more when we keep figuring out how all the studying and such is going. I'll see you then. Mwah.